You can do it.
Oh, it's a funny thing. That's what makes you strong. Perfect for me, and I'm not gonna love you. Love me tonight. Gonna feel.
All right, how are you? What do you think about these musicians? I want to recognize some people that we could call everybody here, as far as I'm concerned, as a VIP. But we've had some people that have really done a lot for us and in the community. These are community leaders, and I'm going to name some donors. Anna Young, Bill and Jan Mock, Brad Brown, Chip McLaughlin, the Jewish Community Foundation, Kathleen Murphy and Tom Cantlin, Kiwanis Club President, Mike and Susan Molina, Michael and Susan Molina. Michael happens to be my little brother, his mother sitting right there. One of the best single family mothers you'll find anywhere in the country. Ray Bedard, Travis and Julie Rushing, my sweet wife right back there, who's been my partner and supports me for a lot of things, but still wants me to ride horses with somebody else. Okay, listen up, I'm gonna run through this right quick. Arizona Community Foundation, John Knight, Arthur and Beverly Bridges Foundation, Carol Chamberlain, Ken Maverick, Center Point Shops, Charles Hastings, Cheryl Rowland, Clay Romo, Dale Ring, my dentist, Fan Construction, my road builder. God dang, I lost my place. Gina Brown, the Keycover Foundation, Jacqueline DeGraff, Juliana Goswick, Klein Properties, Larry Mari Wagi, Leon and Noah Trust. I'm sorry, I can't read that one too well. Margaret T. Moore's Foundation, Michael Todd, Nancy Black, New Frontiers of Prescott, Pamela Haber Trust, Perry and Sandy Massey Trust, the Razoo Foundation, Ron and Laura James Trust, the Harold James Family Trust, Sheila Polk and Tom Polk, Steve Brassetti, Bill Fulkerson, Windermere Foundation, Roger Skaggs and Jill Struggs, Tracy McConnell. Let's give them a hand. I also want to thank our volunteers. This organization would not make it without volunteers. I'm a volunteer. All of our men who will become mentors to the boys are volunteers. A string of people that were working here today and that worked hard to make this event, which I hope, this is our first annual Play It Forward. Oh, yeah. We hope it becomes our signature event, and you're here every year. I want to thank my own board of directors. I'm going to tell you, we have got just a terrific leadership team. I've done a lot of things in my 35 years in corporate America, and I've never been with a leadership team that is so collegial with one another, who cares so much about one another, and who shares the passion for these boys so deeply. And I'm going to tell you, I am honored to be able to have this for my life's work with these men and women. Would you please stand if you're on the board? Please stand up for me right quick. You too, Ray. Bill Mock, Brad Brown, Ray Bedard, Terry Garvey, Melanie. I don't think I'm getting them all, but we've got a terrific bunch of leaders. I want to thank these musicians today. I couldn't believe it. You know, weren't they amazing? Older and younger, they were amazing. And I want to thank the Yavapai Sheriff's Office who helped with overload parking today. They came out as volunteers and helped us light up and down the road safely. I want to tell you as quickly as I can, but as meaningfully as I can, about Boys to Men and about our mission. Our mission is to create fundamental positive change in the lives of our boys, of their families, of the volunteers, and in our community. And we have, believe it or not, we have comprehensive plans around making a fundamental positive change in all those. But it starts with the boys. We are part of a national organization, there are 30 chapters. We're the the North Central Arizona chapter. I'm going to tell you a little bit about how we introduce boys to men to people. We say, more music please. We say that back to the time of the wheel, the men in the community, the men in the tribe, took the young boys and they took them from the women's world and they took them into the world to teach them all of the things that they needed to know to be good men. If the old people couldn't feed themselves on hunts, you hunted for them. If they couldn't keep themselves warm, you gathered their firewood and you built the fire. And you were brave and you protected your children. And you were noble and you were present. We've lost a lot of that today. In this crazy, my thumbs are doing world and all the access that kids have, too many times there are absent fathers. There are too many single moms working as hard as they can to make ends meet and to raise their children. Some are really successful, like Susan. For some, not so much. No support. Too often there's no man in the picture. There's no adult male role model in the picture. Too often the boys are learning what it means to be a good man from other 15-year-olds, because that's all they got. Too often there's not very much accountability. And too often it seems like nobody cares. Sometimes it seems like their community doesn't even care. Are you with me on this? I see heads nodding. Well, here's where Boys to Men comes in. We work with these boys to begin their journey to manhood, and we call it a ROPA. It's called a Rites of Passage Adventure Weekend. And we get these boys Friday evening, about 6 or 7 o'clock, and we have them until Sunday. We staff with 2 men volunteers for every boy. We begin by telling them that we will, for at least 3 days, we will create a safe place for them. That may not seem like such a big deal, some of y'all, but I can tell you some stories that bring tears to your eyes, because a lot of these boys have never been safe. And it's not so much through a fault of their parents, it's just what happened. And it's not just that we're going to tell that they're going to be safe physically. Of course they're going to be safe physically. We go all out to protect our boys. We've adopted the gold standard for child safety from Big Brothers Big Sisters. But more than just a safe place physically, we have a safe place for these boys to speak and to be heard and to be listened to. And when a boy tells you after 3 days that he's never been listened to, can you picture a mother who is a single mom, who is working 2 jobs, who's beside herself to make things meet and trying to raise these kids, and how much time does she have? This is not about blame, this is about reality. Sometimes these boys feel like they have never been listened to. We do that. And everything they bring, we do our work in a circle of men and boys. It's called the circle. And everything these boys bring in that circle is welcome. Their fears, their tears, their doubts, their dreams, everything is welcome. We create an environment, and our mantra is to listen, accept, and encourage. There's no shoulds. There's no corrections. There's openness. There's inviting that there might be different kinds of possibilities. They're supporting these boys. It's a whole different idea. So that's what we're all about. And we ask them 3 questions. I'm going to blow through this. 3 important questions. Where are you right now? What kind of a man do you want to be? What's standing in your way? And we have a great model to work those three things with these boys. We're doing some other work now. We're helping the Lakota Sioux from the reservation in South Dakota to form a Boys to Men. They've already had their first rope on. They came out here with us. We're starting one down in Phoenix. There's Steve right there. He's starting one up in Phoenix. So I guess I better end there. That's it in a nutshell. But this is where you all come in, okay? Right here's where you come in. There are several ways that you could help. I had a card here. You know what I'm talking about. You look at that card. If you want to be a mentor, you can sign up. Thank you, Kathleen. If you want to make a donation and drop something in the bucket a day, you can do that. If you want to give us a monthly pledge of as little as $10 a month, all the people here did that, we would have enough to fund all of our road costs for this next year. It adds up. So I'm going to stop now, and I'm going to say the thing that I always say, everybody on my board, when we finish every board meeting, and I'm going to ask you to do all that you can, with all that you have, in the time that you have, in the place that you are. That'll be enough. Thank you.